Good morning. This is your friend Engineer Suraj Singh on this day, February 24th, 2021, speaking to you regarding professional engineering and ordinary life, regarding issues related to your quality in your life, and topic being civil field engineering, designs, construction methods, contracts, AnnexSL, organizations, communication, coordination, quantity, quality, and what about quality? Most important aspect of my talk, because quality has been falling behind and people are in run for quantity. Quantity and quality should be in one body, but we have created many bodies for quantity and quality. So that quality doesn't exist in quantity, and quantity alone moves for only its interest, which is not acceptable, because if you remove legs from body, body cannot work. If you remove head from body, body cannot work. We have to think about. Thinking is a quality itself. If a person thinks a lot, thinks really, not imaginatively but in practical way, if someone thinks, that person is different one. You may meet some person and are impressed by his face or his personality, or not impressed, that depends upon your choice. But when you talk to a person, see a person, think of his mind, view his mind, understand what he thinks and how he writes, then you change your opinion about the person. Oh, this person is very well dressed and very well impressive, but he knows nothing. Or this person is very simple, very well ordinarily dressed and doesn't talk too much but thinks a lot. So you are very much impressed by that. You may call him a philosopher, a thinker, whatever it is means. That person impresses you after you interact with that person. This means that person has got some specific quality which you never expected him to have that, but that person got it. And other person who is boasts himself, shows his dressing, his sense, his personality, his makeup, his car, and all that. But you interact with him, you find that this person is just a dumb, is what you can call it, only a statue. This person doesn't know anything. And you talk to many people, or many people talk to you, you find out talks a lot and he knows nothing, he repeats same thing, he reiterates, and you say, oh, you leave this behind, this person is no use. So why I'm giving these examples? Just to know everybody has different level of quality. Some people think a lot, some people write a lot, and some people only speak a lot. Which one is having quality? Question arises. Because when we understand quality, we have to understand from ourselves what we are, what I am, what you are. Can you analyze self? If you want to analyze others, or you want to analyze some theory or some method, whatever, first we have to analyze ourselves. Each one of us must analyze self. Where do you stand? What is important in your life? Whatever life you are living, is that right way? Or you are using your energy only on some concentration and you are not using energy on all affairs of your life? That also requires a thinking, a question mark. I have to find whether I have to spend my energy only on comfort, or I must also face some struggle along with comfort. You got my point? Those people who have never seen comforts and those people who have never seen struggle, both are different. If quality is important, you must have certain level of every requirement, every property, every parameter, every defined criteria. you must pass that successfully. Really speaking, it's very important point. What happens? We don't care about that. We don't care about that and we slip somewhere. Where do we slip? That we have to find. And that is what quality is. I always give example, very example. We are different personalities. Sometimes we want quality on very small items. Sometimes we ignore, when we spend crores of rupees or millions of rupees, we ignore quality check. That's where difference lies. You want to hire a person, you want to hire a servant, and you want every quality in that person to whom you are paying very little. But you want to hire someone having very high profile capacity. You are impressed so much you don't even think of what that person could do against you. That's where point lies in. Because by stature, by stature, by position, you keep off from questioning, while when a small guy comes to you, you question everything. That's where quality counts in. Your own quality system is defective. Your own thinking is defective. Defective in a sense that you are not on a rational way. You want to buy, again I say, you want to buy some vegetable in market. You want to check this. This is carrot. This is potato. This is this. Is this. Oh, why this is not good? This is rotten. This is this and that. But when you that item, maybe you buy 100 rupees vegetable, 200 rupees vegetable, 300 rupees vegetable. And when you buy a car of 1 million, you see only seat covers. You see, oh, how much, what average it gives. Oh, see, steering, how is steering means you want to see how people will look at this rather than how you shall see it. Or how shall people comment on me, I am going to use this car. Means you are not worried about your use, you are worried about what word others speak or say about this car and about your personality. As a difference, you are not interested in real technology of car. You are not interested in what efficiency it gives, what is what is its engine power, what is its maintenance requirement. You are not very much interested in that. You are interested in attraction of that car. That's where point lies in. That's where way of thinking, where it goes, that way of thinking should tell you something, but your mind does not accept that. Your mind is interested in superficiality rather than details. And that's why I'm saying superficiality has consolidated on detailed requirement. Superficial action, superficial view, superficial thinking, whole world has turned like that. I'm saying whole world now. I'm not saying our country is different. You can see American goods, you can see UK goods, you can see European goods, you can see our goods, you can see Chinese goods. You will find only labels, nothing else. Labels are beautiful. Oh, Microtech, oh, HP, oh, this brand or that brand. But when you perform with that and you see it's a functioning, you will be disappointed in many cases. Oh my God, I got this company. Is very high profile company, very much a reliable company, but see its product in 15 days of purchasing, it's defective. What does that mean? This means it may be machines working everywhere, it may be human resources working everywhere, it may be automatism working everywhere, but products do not conform to your requirement, to its own requirement. Nowadays, flights also do not perform that way. I don't think there is something that it can claim I am quality. Even if it's these computers, these do not work according to, sometimes means they give different response, but there's no other way. Your cars don't perform, your machines don't perform. You buy something, it doesn't perform to that, and every time you have to call for service. You say service is mandatory. Yes, that's mandatory, but there's a limit. If I buy today, means at least for a couple of years it should work. But no, in a couple of weeks or in a couple of months, you need service. This means technology exists. Technology does exist. But is it implemented? See, technology existence or use of technology and its implementation are different views. You cannot mix together. I am pointing to quality. Quality actually is performance. It's nothing, it's not material. It's not something you can say formula. It's not that you can say this is quality. Quality has no identification. Quality means how does it perform? Does it meet your intended requirement, or it goes different way, creating new requirements? Quantity everybody knows. You can measure quantity, you can define quantity, you can demand quantity. But my aspect is different. Every time I say quantity must include quality, and if quantity does not include quality, your quantity is baseless. Your quantity is baseless because there's some defect in that. If you cannot inculcate, if you cannot infill, if you cannot incorporate quality in quantity, you cannot claim quantity. If as a person I have no mind or very little mind, I am very fond of eating, what shall people say? Oh, he is only eater. Or if I know nothing, I will laugh, so he only laughs. Right? They won't say he's thinking, he thinks. No, he only laughs, he cannot answer. This means that person is useless, only laughs or only eats. This person is living for eating. Quality is very specific requirement. Quality makes you everything. It gives you what you want. You have different professions. It's because of your quality, your liking, your requirement. One likes to be engineer, one likes to be doctor, one likes to be politician, one likes to be the shopkeeper. It's all your intentional quality. What your interior says, what your inner power says. So quality cannot be defined in the rational way. It is something that is inbuilt, and you have to understand that. You have to change your quality first, and then you think of quality. And actually quality has been missed somewhere. It does not exist. I don't find this. Those very highly profiled people, high quality people, high quality, I am to say expected quality people, they are not expressing, they are not demonstrating quality, unfortunately. You are more interested in quality of your office. You are more interested, oh, I should have all these facilities. I should have this power. I should have this, I should have this, what I can say, I should have every facility, I should have every command, but you are not interested in. You are not interested in quality. You are not interested in performance. You are not interested in output. You are not interested in efficiency. So where is quality? Means you find quality in materials, not in your own. You are interested for quality in materials. That point is very important to be challenged. That point is very interesting to be challenged. Means I want to find quality through facilities. Somebody told me some time back, long back, oh, if I don't have good office, I don't have good car, I don't have good this and that, I am not powerful. People will look at me that way. You are interested in, people will look at in that way. You are not interested in, what are you performing? Somebody thinks if I shout on people, I scold them all the time, they will work better. They will say, I'm a good administrator. Is it? If you keep on shouting, showing your red eyes to everybody, people will call you good administrator. It's your thinking. Maybe they call you fool. They call you stupid. They may. What I say, what you think is not necessary others think. Power is very dirty word. Power. I should have power. Don't forget, power is indigestible. Everybody cannot digest power. And when power reaches your mind, it destroys your mind. You got my point. Power has every quality, but that depends upon what, how, why you use it. Atomic power, nuclear power. You think is that right? How it is used, that is right. If it is used for development, it's okay. And if it is used for explosion to kill people, is that right? So when it comes to mind, atomic power, preference is that you think to kill others rather than to think how to help economics. That is only drama. It's for economy. Everybody knows it's not for economy. Only a part of this for economy. It's a power game. It's a killing others. Your thinking is to kill others. Basically, that is right. One may agree, one may not agree, but fact remains that original purpose, prime purpose is to kill others. This is deteriorating. This is deterrent. Why deterrent is required? Because you want to kill others and other wants to kill you, but when both have power, they won't fight. So this is nonsense. How can you say that? Because your quality is in destruction, not in construction. To be very frank, always it's very difficult to construct. Destruction is very easy. You put some explosive and you detonate that. You don't destruct. But if you want to construct, you have to go a long way. You have to see everything. You have to design, feasible study, field study, complete design, and then work on construction. It's a long way. Very, very long way. So I'm just trying to say, you have to analyze quality itself rather than accepting quality. What actually you want? What do you want? You just want to say I am a quality person, but you are no quality. Well, I have been very intensely thinking about this issue. When I was young in my profession, I had seen people believed in quality type thinking. Quality type thinking means not exactly quality term they used. They used something which equated to quality. And that was great. Equated to quality. It was great really. Means we never said we will work qualitatively. We only said work according to requirement, work according to specification, and we did. If we did fine, it's okay. And if we did, means we failed. Both type of people were there. But that time greed was very low, not that high. Just like people used to say, oh, take salt in flour. What do you call in Hindi? Aate mein namak means namak mein aata, sorry. Aate mein namak. Salt in, very, very small salt in your flour. That was good thinking. But now such phraseology has gone. People openly say, this is my duty, this is my right. If somebody accepts bribe, say, yes, my right. Bribe is my right. Abuse is my right. It's power. Power is my game. This means quality has disappeared. You cannot depend, you cannot trust products, you cannot trust people, people are not trustworthy, and it is generally all. So you can say if all are thieves, who is police? Police is also thief in that case. Simple. Police is thief. So this means quality does not exist. Simple. How to do quality? Then how to think of only writing quality is enough? Oh, I am very good quality person. He is very good quality person. You do not know definition of quality, and you are answering, or you claim that is a quality person. This is a quality product. If you ask what's quality of this product, maybe you do not tell. You are as a salesman given some statement and you repeat that again and again, again and again. Just like these days is automatism, and if someone calls comes to you and they start speaking on its own without any this is a scheme, this is a scheme, this is a scheme. You want that way? It's a great question to everybody all over the world. Where is quality? It has gone to same status as pollution. Pollution exists, everybody talks, but nobody cares. That's true. Quality does not exist. Everybody says it exists, but doesn't exist. It is said it exists, but I say it doesn't exist. It exists in superficiality. It exists in cover, book. You buy a book, oh, very beautiful cover. Title is very beautiful. I buy this. And you read this, title has no relevance to context. Right? That's what is quality today. It's not quality of construction I'm discussing. It's quality of all materials, all products, all characters, all persons. You talk to doctors, you talk to engineers, you talk to advocates, you talk to whosoever, judges, you talk to politicians, you talk to a student. You won't find quality anywhere. I don't know why. Why in this age people have withdrawn virtually from quality? Why have they withdrawn? I have no answer. I don't know reason, believe me. This means money matters, not quality. If you have money, I think it's quality. Oh, this is a rich man. So quality is money. Quality is your power of money. Is that? I can buy this person. People say like this. Means this person is of no quality, you can buy him. Try to understand. Economy doesn't mean kill quality. Development doesn't mean don't respect others. Others mean, no, I'm not talking people. I'm talking values. You can go wherever you want in this life. Without analysis, you will say everything is okay. But you analyze. If you analyze, you will find different answer. Evaluation will be different. Quality plus quantity is equal to quantity. Quality must be embedded in quantity. Otherwise, it is scrap. Kabada. Some people would criticize me. Some people would say I am right. Because of your understanding. What way you think, it is. Even then, quality is quality. The Sigma 6 says only few defects are acceptable in so many millions products. They say, but practically it doesn't happen. They maybe in some parts of words it's very strict, but we have to see overall situation, and it's not appreciable. You see engineering world, you see medical world. These are very important words. Other words leave them aside because they are more or less administrative. They are not on production, they are not on health. Medical world and engineering world are very, very different. These are fundamentals of life. Fundamentals, elementary, without which we cannot exist. Without health, you cannot survive, and without engineering, nothing can happen. All others are secondary, forget them. In consideration, we take these two. What happened to health? Is it same health service that was 50 years before? Advancement is there, and high profile medicines are there. Everything is there. But practicing quality has gone. Only few doctors are honest. Only few who have no more interest, they are paid. But generally, if you go to hospitals, so high profile 7-star hospitals, you will find buildings is attractive, very attractive. But treatment is not to that mark. If it is the mark, it's very expensive. And everybody cannot spend money. So those are meant only for riches, for habits, not for everybody. This means health sector is working for riches, not for poor. Where is quality then? If a doctor thinks only for money, how can you say what happened to health? Is his health healthy? Is the state of health is healthy? Is the state of health healthy in the country? I can say no. If health is given for exchange of money, this means system itself is unhealthy. Big question. If a doctor cannot treat a patient without money, it's a transaction then. Right? Now why should there be such hospitals? To serve only rich? This means that country is not having quality system. Health of everybody is responsibility of nation. Health of everybody is responsibility of world. Where is health then? Now you can say COVID-19 has come. All over world it's havoc. In our country, Bharat, India, it has been around 1 year since it started. Around 1 year. There is no system, no testing at all. Only 16% tests have been conducted in 1 year. Does it indicate quality? Quality of system? If you cannot test your population in 1 year, only 1/7 of population is tested, or 1/8, 1/7, whatever, 1/6. This means you are not interested. This is your quality. These count. News, what comes in, qualityless news. News have no weight. Fake analysis, fake news, fake talks, fake newspapers. Where is reality? Means material is there without quality. Huge voluminous news are there, round clock, but no quality. Very well dressed anchors are there in very big air conditioned rooms, but no quality. Only shouting, crying, shouting, abusing, arguing. No quality. News titles are defective, headlines are defective, details are defective. Where is quality? You can see road use, how people use road. Required or not required, they will go on blowing horn. Required or not required, this residential area, this is school area, this hospital area, they will go on blowing horn. Everybody is fast, everybody is patienceless. This is what we think about. Means we don't have any quality in our lifestyle. We don't care for someone. Means we are impatient, we are non-humans, inhumans. What has happened to society? If somebody wants to cross a road, it's impossible. Carman has to go first because he's in car. Why are you walking? He thinks so. A person who drives a car, why this man is walking? Why you stop coming in my way? Really, it is extraordinary behavior of people. I am all giving you background of. I mean, don't think that because I'm an engineer, I'm talking of quality system. It's not that. I am talking quality in general, which must be debated. If you want to correct something, you have to think on this. Always I used to say thinking, think, think, think. I said thrice, but it is whatever number of times. I mean to say you should keep in mind thinking, analysis, thinking, reading of problem, analysis of problem, finding solutions to problems. That's required. That is quality way. You cannot jump, on something to see problems. Oh, give me the, I'll check it. This is, a kind of panic situation should not occur. There is nothing in this world that cannot be resolved. You have to understand problem. If you understand problem, there is no one who can defy. But we have not done that. Might is right. If might is right, it's my power. My power is more than your power. You have to listen to me what I'm saying. Then resolutions cannot reach. Those countries, they have powers, atomic powers and veto powers. They think they are honor of this world. I don't know why. Why they think they are honors of this world? And why other countries not? This world belongs to everybody. It's your power. You defined your power yourself. Nobody else defined your power. You yourself achieved this power your way. Oh, I have this power, you don't have this power. I can keep atomic bomb, you cannot keep atomic bomb because I am bigger than you. I know how to use it, you don't know how to use it. You cannot do this, I can do this. What shall call it? Rational or irrational, logic or illogic, foolishness or intelligence, what you can call it? Whichever country you are, I don't name. I am this, I can use atomic power. You cannot use it because you are rubbish. I am everything. This is way of thinking. Means you think you are honor of this world, but you are not. You don't know next moment what's going to happen. And that is what COVID is telling you. I'm just giving reference. COVID-19 has taught you tacitly that you are not honor of this world. Till today, it's around 1 year, more than 1 year. No scientist has come with full-fledged answer. No doctor has come with full-fledged answer that this is COVID-19. This is base of this. How does it work? And how can we kill it? Nobody has come. Only hypothetical answers. Assumptions. Could be, would be, think so, that and this. No evidence. This means there is some power that's much, much more powerful than all powers potential on this earth. This is very, very comparatively, there is no power on earth. That's also true. COVID-19 is a lesson, and this lesson is continuing. It's already, I think, 2 years, second years running, but this power is still working. Thumping, pushing you again, and they are calling first wave, second wave, third wave. No wave. It's continuous wave. It's a thunderstorm, it's a cyclone, it's tsunami, whatever you think it is. It is quality work. COVID-19 is telling you what is quality of life. Means our quality life has gone down. COVID-19 has told us your immunity is rubbish. You don't have any immunity. If USA people who always used to think we are very top class people, they have lost 5 lakhs officially. 500,000 people have died. Officially it is. and more than, you can say, 30 million people have been impacted upon. If it can happen to USA like country, this means USA doesn't have any quality system of health. They have no quality system. They don't manage. They eat means unnatural foods. They are only interested in rush. They are not interested in patience. They claim they are world leaders, but actually they are not even followers. They are not natural followers. If you keep money factor only in mind, this economy in mind, and keep all other sectors of life behind, you can't move. If you think you have good economy, you can move. I think you are living in false paradise. Just keep mind of money, that I get money and I can survive. You have seen money cannot give you COVID solution. It doesn't give you. Millions and millions of vaccines have been produced, but they actually don't know what this would do. Surprisingly, money has been spent, efforts are being made, but still it's not clear what for these vaccines are. Only immunity providers, not treatment providers. I'm just trying to refer, means quality doesn't exist anywhere. Well, my point of view is not to teach you about all this or share with you all this, because you all know what's happening. When I say we could not test our more than 16-17% people in 1 year, you can yourself decide what sort of system you have. There's no quality at all. Only those people who got money, they can go to, or they can call laboratories for testing, but in fact there's nothing. Those people who cannot afford, they are not able to do that. That's why I'm very concerned about all these issues. People have started thinking of COVID has gone because of misinformation, because of no rationalism in this country, and not only in this country but also all other countries. What's happening in UK, what's happening in USA, what's happening in Europe, what's happening elsewhere, it's all same, no difference. Well, I'll come back to my own talk and leave all these sides, that quality, I know quality cannot be achieved immediately, but people have to think at least. They are not even thinking. If you talk of quality something, there is some time to twist a nose or say, oh, why are you wasting my time? Like this. You want to talk to engineers, means they boast a lot nowadays about webinars, about this and that, this theory, that technology, this word, that word, but they have forgotten quality themselves. Unfortunate it is that engineers have forgot quality in this country. Really, I'm not alleging upon them, I'm not alleging upon them, but it's a fact. If you see at buildings, if you see at machines, if you see at units, whatever else, if you see electrical supply distribution, or whatever you want to see, you will not find quality. There's no shortage of engineers, to be very frank. There's no shortage of engineers in this country. I think highest number of engineers we have, and quality is lowest. What to do then? How to handle this? If quality, we used to call ourselves, still we call ourselves knowledge economy, knowledge society. Are we? Yes, we have knowledge. Indeed, we have knowledge, but that is academical knowledge. That knowledge is not practical knowledge, it's academics. We have academy, I understand. We are very good, very educated society, very educated people, and we should be proud of that. I have full pride that we have millions of engineers in this country, and not only in one branch, in all branches. That is very much appreciable. But that is limited only to pass engineering. When we go to field engineering, you know what is there. Everybody is specialized. Everybody is expert. It's very good if everybody is expert, everybody is specialized. It should be reflected also, but it's not being reflected. Everybody is specialist doctor. Everybody is a surgeon. I mean to say generally, no doctor is less than master's degree, but health of people is, what is that? This means we have we have currency, but we don't know value of that currency. I would call all these educated people, doctors, engineers, they are like currency of a country. Their value, but that value should be used. If you keep currency in cold store or in cupboard, that currency would not give any result. Well, I am. I don't want to waste time. I was talking about quality system of EPC, that is engineering procurement, engineering EPC contracts, and it was related to ISO 9001-2015. Till yesterday, I talked of this document which I prepared myself regarding structure of quality system, that is given by AnnexSL, which has 10 clauses, standard clauses, from scope to improvement. Scope to improvement means it gives in that everything. Clause number 4, that is context of organization, is very important. Like leadership also very important in that. Clause number 5 and 6 is planning, 7 is support, 8th is operation, and then you can say evaluation, 9th, and improvement. And there are second and third, which are ordinary, means terms, and it's not very complicated one. That we talked of till now in that, about the system, what the system is, how it does. I went to many pages of that, and means just some descriptions were given, that uniform structure is being adopted for quality system, safety system, and environment system in format of AnnexSL, and there is no change in clauses in others as well, all to be unified or to be considered unified in this SL high level template of quality system. That is, some people accept this, some people do not accept it. It doesn't make a difference, but if you accept this, you have to devise your own system based on that format. And like it was, this format says that clause number 1 is scope. What actually your quality, your organization, what I say, just in the please, yeah, it is completely, you have to define what is the scope, what you want to do, like that. You have to, whatever you say, whatever subject to take in. Like it was EPC, I defined here what is EPC, how it works, and particularly for this plant systems, you can define for anything, whatever you see. I try to do what I experienced in my life, not otherwise, because based on your experience, you can present something useful. Otherwise, you cannot. So I explained all this. And then you can see this browsing. I'm browsing the file, and I explained components of everything. We're glad then. I reached somewhere else also, and we'll talk about that now onwards. You can see, maybe you are seeing I'm moving very fast, but there's no way out. We have to move fast on this, and we had reached somewhere. Access platform, RCC boxes, all this. We had reached elsewhere. Pump, I think pump is also there. Yes, it was there now. It all was done. Well, I think it is reliability. It was done. So we have to be aware. You have to be somewhere here. Let me see. Basis of units. I think we had, yes, we had discussed this also. Where we have to go? I think we have field was also taken into consideration. Normative references. Yes. We had to. Is it right? Well, let me be a little behind. I think we had done that, right? Yeah. Okay, class 2 we take. Is approved. Once feed is approved, uh, design contracts are awarded. Designers immediately commences works on designs, and if so required, feed may be modified on further research be carried out to meet feed requirement. Designers are required to work out designs related to respective disciplines and issue drawings with complete schematic details so that concept about proposed work be known. Designs could in many cases be an integral part within EPC contract in absolute terms, in which case complete plant design is required to be affected by prime EPC contractor, while in all cases design and execution organizations constitute alliances to carry out respective designs and executions on prime contracts part respectively. And for prime contractors accountability and obligation, it gives in prime contractors scope complete executive works, design, approvals, prosecution, procurement, installation of vessels and equipment, construction of all buildings and all structures, all external and internal works, all services, installations, all internal roads, network, etc., and all other works required to be completed from initiation to performance, testing and commissioning, and handover to company entire scope as delivery. Here company is operator actually, or I did miss somewhere. Could be, let me show. Also just browsing, no problem. We can take something again if it's required. It says LPG, okay, liquid sulfur shallow pipe to our scope and feasibility check, design and build. EPC related contracts is always very difficult for company. Let us see what is difficult. I think I should read again. On oil projects, promoting company as defined earlier is involved at top level as on promoter. I remember we had discussed this one. All right, we go further. So we go further. Fine. We'll see. Why do you can see this yourself if you want to see. Now we'll go into normative references, clause 2. Normative references, and you know this is clause 2, and third is terms and otherwise. So what does it say? It includes details of references, standards or publications relevant to particular standard versus normative references. What references we have to consider in our talk, in our work. Now disciplines involved may be civil. This may be civil, RCC structural steel, RCC structural steel, steel structural, and PSC. This is called pre-stress concrete. You know pre-stress concrete. This is not RCC. This is tendons related concrete, where rather than means it's different design world. Security system. You know security system. SCADA as well. Security system, SCADA, that is, you know, supervisory control. SCADA is called supervisory control and and data acquisition. Supervisory control and, or you can say surveillance control also can. So what this is actually SCADA, supervisory control, data acquisition. firefighting system, fire suppression system, FM200 or energen gas, electrical, electronics, mechanical, HVAC pumps, etc. So I define this. These are few disciplines I'm talking. Not all. Says that it may be civil, which is important. First one. Then it's RCC or RCC structures and steel structure, and then you can say priestess concrete security system, SCADA controls, and firefighting system or fire suppression system, FM200 that is, and emergency gas, electrical, electronics, and mechanical, HVAC, all. And then these are references, all disciplines, international, national codes, if applied with national and international annexes. This is given in Euro codes, international annexes, national annexes. Means whatever is given in European codes, if it doesn't apply to you some part of that, then that part is left like fill in blanks, and you can devise that part according to your local area or your country's requirements and publish that as national defined parameters or annexes. This is what provision in European codes. Then because Europe is many countries, 28 countries, 27 countries, every area is different. So there's and even if we in our country adopt European codes, we have to publish these requirements of annexes and nationally defined parameters, which then becomes part of that, integrated part of that. All descriptions related to international institutions about project engineering. All descriptions related to process technology. All applicable formulas and technological specifications aligned to process and included within feed, and all processes, flow diagrams, vessels, structures, related technologies, all testing procedures, all inspection procedures, all assumptions to be made in degree of freedom allowable to design processes. These are only text written here, but you have to write. If you want to write all these lists, you can make it in many lists. Means, for example, if you take here, as I said, first one is gone, second, international, okay, this is gone. All descriptions related to international institutions, you can write according to your project or according to your organization, which institutions are relevant. You can write their names. For example, your company's electrical, say you can say IEEE, or mechanical related this, whatever thing it is, you can write in your this AnnexSL. You'll abide by those rules published by that institution. Then you can say there's no limit. It's up to you how best you can make use of those institutions into your establishment, so that those rules are applied on your products, and then your products is more, you can say, it's more enriched with that rules, with that quality. It means those rules lead to quality system itself. Then all descriptions related to process technology, which technology you are going to use, is the specific one, licensed one, or you are getting, or it's your own technology. That's where generally technologies are licensed, and these cannot be transferred. Sometimes license is taken and it is developed. So all applicable formulas and technologies, specifications in line to process, and included within feed. And important point is feed here. Every time I say feed, maybe people don't understand what is feed. Some of you may not understand, some may understand. And feed, FE, is full form is front end engineering design. How is feed? Means from where does it come? Question arises. When you design something, it's not that you design arbitrarily. You must have some background. You must have some relation to theories, to requirements, to various subjects. Only then you can come to that level. Example, in engineering, civil engineering, we study structures, we study theory of structures, we study construction, we study fluid mechanics, we study geology. Like that, we study surveying, and means RCC, structural steel, priestess concrete, all that we study. This means directly all these are involved in design of field, design of structural, design of structures, and in field as well. How to do them? So field tells to designer, field tells designer what you have to do. Means field tells what is the scope of this project. What is the scope of this project? Don't open old formula from books and you define, you restrict yourself with this list of formulas, or you can say backup of theories, assumptions and presumptions, quantification, whatever parameters are important for purpose of design, for purpose of use, consumption, daily production, whatever all factors that I'm talking, they are required, and based on that requirement you have to work out on detailed designs so that output is like this and input is as such. Feed is that kind of indication, that kind of direction, that kind of suggestion that you must do all these, and if you do all these, others may be done, but first preference is you confine to these formulas, these requirements, and that must be explicitly defined. And actually this is very much part of engineering. After having gone through complete project requirements, that these are applicable, don't consider others immediately, and if it's required later on, this can also be amended. So that is what is feed. Means at front in designs you are here. It is front end engineering design. It's not construction. I'm not talking of construction. I'm talking of front end engineering design, that you are where design starts. You are at front end of that, and you have defined, designers, what is required in design. That is feed. What is required in design means there is a design and there is a direction. So you can say feed is design direction, and very much important because you cannot go through all subjects thoroughly before designing. Designing time is very squeezed, and you must be there in that boat of feed. Then all process flow diagrams, process flow is chemical word, process flow, chemical work, you have to make flow charts, process flow diagrams. Then you have to define vessels structures related to technologies. Means there are so many vessels in field, in plants, heavy vessels, vertical vessels, horizontal vessels, operative vessels, like that, and these are required for technology implementation. So that factor we have to see which vessel is required, what way, and then because it's a part of train, it's functional, it is not for purpose of decoration only. They after this all tests and procedures, which is also very very magnanimous, very voluminous work. Testing procedures. Testing means complete testing, testing from civil, testing from electrical, mechanical, testing from whatever subject, whatever topic, whatever interest we talk in, component of that. All procedures must be well defined, and it's also very big job. Then all inspection procedures, testing and inspection means inspections means going to site and inspect. Well, it's common, and all assumptions to be made and degree of freedom allowable to design process. So this part of I have written very very specifically in points, but these are references, and there are thousands of references which can be given for feed as well as for documents. Because not necessary that whatever you write in references that may be used, it's not necessary, but it is normatively right to indicate what can be used here, what can't be used here. That point is really very much, you can say, related. That point is very much related because I try to explain more on field because field is very much important point in engineering. It's very much important and we should understand. Like this, I have taken here, SCADA, supervisory control and data acquisition, which is all over site. Means you have to keep some system that what's happening where, and also firefighting system. Firefighting system is very much important. Firefighting and fire suppression system for industrial projects, because I'm talking of industrial projects, particularly oil. These projects are very much expensive. You can say, of course, limit is 30 years of use, but even for 30 years, you have to spend a lot of money on its design and construction. This having mileage, so many kilometers by so many kilometers is plot itself. Big land and big areas like process area. You can say process area or distance from control area, administration area we can say, and we can say warehousing area, we can say actually this is called real site is a holy site, but a real site is where process site is called. Then you offsite utilities, offsite utilities, not actually on process site but off from there. And also can say, you may say all network of circulation, all related utilities, all super vessels, compressors, you can say wash water boilers, cracking boilers, cracking equipment, cracking gas compressors. So many equipment vessels are there. Then electrical lines are there. Then you can say electrical duct banks are there. So much does exist there. All must be protected. Protection is very important. And that is to protect this from impact of fire. And for that, firefighting is a must. Fire suppression, firefighting or loss prevention is much better than firefighting. That we do something which does not even permit fire. And that point is important because fire is so expensive. Fire is very expensive to suppress. Systems FM200 or energen gas, which are generally used. Energen gas is used elsewhere on sites, but for outside it doesn't work. Where area is sealed, area tight, there it can immediately work and in minutes can suppress fire. There is electrical, electronics, mechanical HVAC pumps, pumping units at intake of plant, which is adjacent to sea. Means we have to do some real understanding. That way I tried to explain what is FM200. Energen means you have to seal completely tight and then only it can work. So these are only some explanations, and there can be test limits, no test limits. Now we'll go to class 3, terms and definitions. It's also very important point, terms and definitions. It says applicable to particular specific standards in addition to format related terms and conditions. What actually we talk of? That's the point here. What actually we talk of? Now, control references are authorities. What are authorities? You can say, if you are talking of terms and conditions, terms and definitions. Controls references is that authorities, it should be state authorities, ministerial or plans, then statute and bylaws or laws, statute and laws, and national and international as such. Then project description, project leadership and its management, organization. There's a project requirements, it's a technical and managerial or organizational. Nowadays I'm using organizational in place of managerial because organization is more important than management. Organization is always more important than management. Project capacity in long and short run in terms of production and performance. In a project organization, oblique management at different stages from inception, from start to its operations and maintenance. Contracts management organization applicable for designs and for execution. Prime contractor and its relation with company. Design contractor and its relation with company and prime contractor. Then nominated contractors, execution contractors, vessels manufacturing and vendors, site protection and security, maintaining site tidiness, maintaining site traffic controls, maintaining site or all other controls, contract between company and prime contractor on specifically designed contract conditions, degree of extension of FIDIC, Red Book or other books to contracts. If you are talking of EPC, this is Silver Book. If you talk construction is Red Book. Likewise, if you talk then one more book and degree of extension of FIDIC, Red Book or other book to contracts, whether or not new engineering contract as case be or national standard contract applicable. Contract documents related to prime contract, levies of contract liquidated damages due to delayed deliveries or due to defective works and defective performance, levies of penalties during failure in life cycle of plants facility performance, which could lead to shutdown of project process. Then you can say levies of penalties during failure and life cycle of plant's facility performance, which would then you can say levies of penalties during failure and life cycle of plants facility performance, which could lead to shutdown of project process partly or fully. Legal liabilities between company and prime contractor in case of plants fire leading to facilities fatalities and heavy losses. Internal arbitration for disputes, international arbitration for disputes, resolution for all disputes raised in short term as well as in long term basis. Company owners personal, we'll see this company owners personal. Just a minute please, let me go for 4 minutes, seconds, come back. So the references we have to consider this point. We have to consider this. So you can say list of all that. We list all that which is very important from every point of view, right? And this is very important, and we can say there's a company owners personal, then we can say engineers personal, contractors personal, all contracts including subcontracts, workforce requirements, daily progress report or status, memos to prime contractor, technical clarification, engineering clarification, contractual clarification, subcontractors, nominated contractors, site instructions, engineers instruction, request for inspection, general items, request for inspection, concrete pours, non-compliance report, material approval request, drawings approval request, subcontractors approval request, temporary works, preparatory works, permanent works, construction method statements, standard working designs or details, quality management or organization statements, including checklists and ITPs, safety management documents, including safety, induction, training, upkeep, and surveillance, fire prevention operation, administration matters related to project camping, where all management, organization staff, working personnel would stay during project construction life cycle. Let's have a look on this. These are very important points. We have to consider them as terms, definitions, and control references. It's authority. Authority means what? State, ministry, plans, whatever it is. Authority means, what is authority actually? Authority means somebody has been authorized. Authorized by what? By law or by constitution. That is authority. Everybody is not authority. Authority comes from power. Authority comes from law. Authority comes from constitution. Authority comes from statute. Whatever title is given among statutes, among constitution, among laws, and that's called authority. It can be state authority, it can be ministerial, government authority, it can be some plans which are authorized, like that. So authority is very important term where authorization comes, and authorization comes from a body, from some law, from some act, and also statutes and laws of national and international standards. Means on every project national laws apply, also sometimes state laws applies, and of course international laws apply. For example, arbitration, or you can say codes. Your codes are also like laws. You are bound to apply them. You cannot say it's my option. That's a kind of technical law. So you must understand statutes. Engineers must understand what are statutes, what is constitution, what is law, what is requirement. Of course, you cannot say very fresh engineers or new engineers may realize the impact of this, but gradually when they experience, when they are exposed to more and more requirements, will certainly understand. Because it's difficult for everybody to understand this immediately. My interest goes to technology learning during education and not to laws, because law is a different profession. But all different professions have some encroachments onto other professions. If not encroachment, it is induction on others. That, or they spread their wings and you spread your wings onto them. It's like that. So when I say statute, this means legalized laws, national and international. And project descriptions, its leadership and its management organization. What actually title of project is, or how can you describe this at national level? And what else leadership? You know, who is leader? Who is leader? And what's management? What's organization? Who's organized? How it's organized? Then requirements, technical and managerial. Of course, you have to meet them. What is project? What is technical? It is how it is organized, and how shall it be managed? And project capacity in long and short run. In terms of production and performance, you are doing a project. You cannot blindly start designing of that project until you know what's required. Even if it's a water line project, a sewer line project, you have to know how many consumers will discharge and how much discharge you will receive, how many cubic meter of water you have to deliver every day, how much electricity you have to deliver in one day, how much you have to keep in, means project capacity. Every project has certain capacity defined on project itself in title. What's it for? And accordingly you have to apply requirements on design. That's a very important point. Then you can say project management organization at different stages, from inception to its operation and maintenance. How it's going to be organized. Let's say this project finish in 5 years. That's a big project. In first year and second year, third year and fourth and fifth was milestones. How it's going to organize. Or it goes with different phases. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, like that. Means it depends how you do it, how you concentrate on that. Or take all phases together. If you take all phases together, means there is no meaning of phase, because it's only one phase. Well, I cannot say. It depends on budgetary provisions and how much budget you're allotting to one, second stage, third stage, depends on that. Then contracts management and applicable for design for execution. As in last was maintenance also, operation and maintenance also. Operation and maintenance is very important. After reaching that point, you have to complete project. Then project title can be closed and operation title can start the project. This is work of contractors given to operator of that project, operating authority. So it's project management different stages, from inception to its operation maintenance, the contracts management organization applicable for design and for execution. So practically it starts here, contract management for design and execution, to design first and to execute that one. And you know what I'm talking about, design execution. Design is also very long-term work here, because you have to do designs for whole project, all process trains and vehicles and vessels, and then all other known process areas. You have to consider all types of technology requirements for that. How many buildings are blast resistant, how many blast resilient, and how many non-blast, what areas non-blast. All of the consider design accordingly. It's this very big task, but message should be clear that you are going to do this way. It's the important one. Then you can say it's on designs, and design is one part, but execution is also another very risky part, where you have to execute design, and execute design means design must be done and must be executed, and this should be confirmed, particularly on a not commercial, on industrial project, because ultimately when it starts, it has to start working and giving returns. So you can say execution is very important part. In fact, to be very frank, execution is much more important than anything else. In execution, there is quantity and quality both. Both are important. And how much you can get from that, how much you can force someone to give quality, If you leave quality to them, they will never give you quality. If you think of achieving quality, then you have to inspect those areas every time. Execution is very difficult part. It depends on how dedicated team it is that has been employed for that purpose, mobilized for the purpose, what's their efficiency and how can they, keeping afar sleeping time at 9, must join somewhere who value you. So that's execution, and execution is far difficult from quality viewpoint, from research viewpoint. We have discussed at length all this. We will discuss later on also. So you can say prime contractor and its relation with company. What is prime contractor and what is the relation with company? That's a point to be understood. Understanding is very important rather than including descriptions. We have to understand, only then we can make others understand. Now, relations with company, prime contractor. What is prime contractor? You have to understand this point. What is prime contractor? Can you define? It has to be defined. In title itself, sometimes